Hello, myself CA Yogesh Limaye. My membership number is 118183. I have attended level AICA level 2 batch number 72 at PCMC Pimpri Chinchwad branch in Pune district. My capstone project name can be summarized as why every office needs a database in addition to Excel. My two articles related to this issue have been published on taxguru.in. Why one, this is why every office needs a database, and second is why CEO office needs a CTO. So firstly, before we proceed on realities, the reasons reality happens, one has to be aware that we are recording what reality in happening in reality. The discipline begins in choosing what to record. Just because there are different reports doesn't necessarily mean there is a problem. And yes, two important parts. Growth quietly reaches a point where it crosses the typical traditional systems. Lastly, most importantly, people can work together if they have consensus at Adam. That is, they understand exactly the same thing in the same manner, in the same context at the same time. So the old methods, the people today are using Excel for all the things. And what I feel is the most important reason that they can see data in Excel, and that is why they feel it is in control. This is the most important thing, and there is a need to deviate because the visibility, data visibility, can always be maintained. Coming back to technology stack, operating system, I have chose Linux. Why? Because there are database PostgreSQL 7.2, Linux Ubuntu Server 24.04. I'm using two GUI applications, pgadmin 4 version 9.17 and dbvr community edition 24.2.4, which here I will not be using during this presentation because I will be presenting only thing pgadmin, coding languages, SQL, and of course Python. Converting data into Python. As far as executable, I have prepared an executable. The question is whether it is necessary. Theoretically, the answer is no, because data can be imported from Excel. But practically speaking, the answer is yes, because this is the Python version thereof. I will just show you because this I have converted into executable. So in the meantime, let's ask the machine to convert the data. Capstone project. So the file contains 6 lake rows. I will be demonstrating the utility thereof for two aspects. One, this is the data relating to bank in respect of a blank client, deposit holders data having PAN. Here you can see, just a minute. Here you can see the target operating system. Here there is a choice to choose between Linux or Microsoft OS and pipe separated or a comma separated. The reason is in respect of Linux, it ends when the row ends, the marking is backslash R, and in case of Windows, it's backslash N. So because I will be importing the data into Linux based operating system, I have chosen Linux for converting the data. This particular utility, I have prepared the documentation as well. See, this is the screen you have already seen. This is typically, it looks like how it is in progress. Yeah, this sounds indicates that the data work is complete. So we will go over there. So we will click OK and we close. And the technical architecture, the data as to data validation, how what thing the data in the process it trims the data, etc. This data has been documented over there, and this I will be sharing. Now let's move to the see. This is the PostgreSQL. This is the GUI. So we have the data in bank deposit. This is the table I prepared. So these are the names, status, and this thing. Now we will run a utility pan validation. The pan validation criteria over here I have been summarized. This is an independent table, and this is it does not reflect the full stack books of account, because of bank we cannot take the full books of account. In respect of other typically manufacturing concern, etc., we can, and that I will be demonstrating here. Like if it's a association of person, first letter is A, body of individuals B, company C, firm F, individual HUFH, individual P. Now here the code it when we run out of 6 lakhs, it took hardly 2 milliseconds to generate that data. The data is available here in demo, and in pan validity it generates the data. So out of 6 lakh rows, there are only 28 rows which have got some kind of error. Accordingly, we will proceed. Then now I will show you the data stack. We come here in the basic features tables. Here it is the full normalization. These 18 tables data is spread naturalized, normalized over these 17 tables, while and it has ability to take the full database. Now we will be running. I have documented the queries each. For example, minimum maximum transaction, it reports for every ledger. S- So this is the ledger 1024 fiscal year. This is month, and minimum amount, maximum amount, balance, and this is the total transaction count of for this ledger. It has given it for every ledger. I can one can very easily integrate the name here, but if for paucity of time, I could not integrate it right now. Not necessarily paucity, because I have to build all these things. So then relative size factor, it is for every ledger as compared to earlier transaction. When the quantification of next transaction, and you can see out of the total volume, it is taking practically fraction of a millisecond. Relative size factor, this is the document date, document number, document number, prior amount number, and this is the percentage which you can check the relative size factor relatives. This is these queries are meant for analysis. Then there is a standard list of holidays including weekly holidays. It includes weekly holidays as well, and this is for checking entries made on holidays including weekly holidays. So entry on holiday. So it comes with the data, document type, document number, this is document amount, then ledgers included, and the reason thereof. So if you can see here, it was a Christmas day, weekly holidays, and if we just analyze it here, if we have to take out weekly holidays, yeah, and just to sum up, I have taken like Bakarid, Buddha Purnima, Christmas Day, Diwali, 2 days, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Jayanti, etc. So these are the holidays and the entries made on holidays. This is typically required by an auditor as to why these entries, a particular thing was required to be made on a holiday. This table gives monthly balances of each ledger because this actually enables that every time these are the internal control tables which enumerate or make it possible that every time while searching data, when especially it is a big data, then one is not required to go to the last row item or scan the whole data every time. It can stop with it can directly fetch the data from these tables, and typically what we require is month end these kind of data. So this particular table, another thing I would like to demonstrate on the fly, which is, see, the typical thing, accessibility to the data. So once I have configured that, so you go to the data from ODBC. This is regarding the visibility of data. Many times people have this anxiety that if the data is gone in database, then whether our data is safe or not, or so on and so forth. So Excel through we can directly connect to the database, and otherwise also we are not expected to change the data. We are only expected to read the data. So I will connect to the bank deposit. I will simply say load. So this is the table that we imported. See, you can see the 6 lakh rows getting loaded over here. Generally, this is the first thing I show to the client that see, you are in control of your data. And the first row got added, that is the header. Here we go, we delete it. So even if we delete it, the main data will not be deleted and it will remain as it is intact.